This week we read a double parsha, Nitzavim and Vayelech. We're continuing in the book of Deuteronomy. Moses is talking to the people on the cusp of going into the land of Israel. As we know, Moses is not going with the people. This actually is the day he's dying. He's going to die. He's 120 years old. It's his birthday. It's the end of his life. And he's teaching the people more lessons about what they need to know. He's conferring leadership onto Joshua, who will be the leader to take the people into the land. And he's writing a Torah scroll to give to the Levites to have and to hold and to continue to teach and continue to learn from. And he says to the people, you're standing here today, all of you standing. So this posture of standing upright and tall, like a monument, everybody together, all people, whether they're born or they're not born, they're about to be born, all people for all time are present at this place, and they're reestablishing their covenant as a people together, united with God before they go into the land. Rosh Hashanah, it was on Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah, as we know, is the day that Adam and Eve were created. Adam was created, the first human, the first person to be created, was created from the earth. And then God blew into Adam a holy soul, a breath, a neshama comes from the word neshima, which means to breathe. So God breathed into Adam a soul, which continued to animate him and enliven him and keep him alive by constantly blowing the soul into Adam and then Eve and to all of us. We are a composite of body and soul. And our soul is the holy aspect of us, that part of us that comes from the divine, that is a spark of godliness. So Moses is telling the people, you're standing here today, and very soon we're going to be standing on Rosh Hashanah in synagogue, hopefully with other people, standing today, tall and upright. And it's a time for us to not do and not go and not achieve. It's a time to be, and it's a time to take stock, and it's a time to gaze inwards. And what do we see when we gaze inwards? Are we finding our soul, our holy spark, that intangible part of us that comes from the divine? Can we unearth that? Can we sort of move away all the blockages? God says he'll help us move away the blockages to access that soul. And Moses tells the people that when you go into the land, you're going to stray. You're going to go away from the word of God. You're not going to do everything the way you're supposed to do it, and you will be dispersed from the land. But God will always be there to welcome you back, to want you back, to hug you and scoop you up and embrace you and bring us back. So we know that God is always there for us. But we have to want that relationship. And when we get to Rosh Hashanah, do we want that relationship? What do we really want? Perhaps one way to access our soul is to look at what we do well. What are the things that we do well? I know that's a time where people think about all the things they've done wrongly, but what are the things we do well? And maybe from that we can build the things that we do that are good in the world. Let's build on that, because that's our access to our neshama, our soul, and therefore access to God. So if we can build on that and access that and ignite that, then we can achieve a loving and close relationship, which is the one that we want to have on Rosh Hashanah with God.